Lakewood. This is my second town, and it seems to be doing pretty well. My population has gone up to 56, nearly 57,000, and I'm earning some money. I've got a demand for industry or offices, and also some commercial, which is strange because I don't normally ever have a demand for, at least there's not very often a demand for commercial. So what I was trying to do here was I was seeing how much people I could fit into one city Skylines square, because in the last town I built, I had little places built on about 4 or 5 different squares, and I found it was kind of difficult to keep track of everything. I found myself focusing on one part and then neglecting other areas. So this time I thought I'm going to try and spend as much time and develop as much as I can on one square before moving into another. And that's kind of what I've done on this. But I'll show you in a minute. I've actually purchased 2 more squares. One I'm just using for, basically I'm using it as a dump, and I'm also using it for some industrial factories. And then the other square is where I'm going to carry on my buildings. But you can see here it's quite busy. I've tried to be very careful with the roads this time, because I had all kinds of trouble with the roads in my last city. So I've tried to do everything here very symmetrical. I've got quite a lot of these big roads, 3 lanes on either side, and then I've also got smaller roads. I've got a bit of a bus line on this section, which is not really working that well. I found this on the last place as well. There always seems to be one bus stop that everybody seems to congregate at one bus stop, and no matter how many buses come through, it never seems that, the crowd never seems to, it doesn't seem to get any smaller. But, well, what can you do? So the first thing I notice is the traffic is getting busier and busier, and I've put a lot of effort into trying to put plenty of big roads and then side roads, all kind of parallel to one another. And I think it's kind of working. There are certain areas that are busy, but there are other areas, it seems to be working pretty well. As you can see, there are certain areas that are quite busy. This is where I have managed to put quite a lot of the unique buildings, and I've done pretty well. In one square I've kind of managed to unlock all these unique buildings, most of them. I haven't done that one, and I probably won't, because I don't really want to get my crime rate over 50%. I don't know how you do that. And here there are another 2 which I'll probably unlock that at some point. Unemployment rate over 50%. I don't think I'll do that either. And these ones I've done. So I've unlocked most of these things, and when I get the population to 80,000, I should unlock the monuments. I tried to put these in a kind of in the same area. I thought it might look nice to have all these big buildings side by side. It doesn't really look nice. I'm going to try and work on that at some point. So my original square was here, and what I've done is I just bought the next square up, and then I bought this square where I've put some industry, and the main reason here was to put all the rubbish dumps and things, just so that I could keep the pollution to a minimum on these two squares. This has worked quite well, because just by taking this square, it's basically just a pretty straightforward extension of everything I've been working on. I've just really carried on all the roads all the way, and that's pretty good. It means that I'm kind of focused in one rectangular block here, so I can kind of very quickly keep an eye on everything. And the part over there, I don't really need to watch it too much. It's just industry and like I say, the dumps. So and I've still got some space over here to build on. That's not bad. I mean, I'm nearly up. I'm getting kind of close to 60,000, and in my last city, I don't know how many squares I had at this point, but I think I maybe had about 4 or 5 squares before I got to a population of 60. So I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm cramming a lot of people in here. The problem I was having here earlier on was that a lot of these buildings were complaining that they weren't having their rubbish collected, which was kind of doing my head in, because I've got, well, there's one now. I've got so many garbage trucks going around this city. You know, I've got about 10 or more waste sites, and I've got about 10-15 incinerators, and probably hundreds of garbage trucks, so there shouldn't really be any problem with collecting rubbish. And I don't see those symbols anymore, so I think it's just there was some kind of problem with the traffic getting over the bridge, I think. But now all the rubbish in this area has been collected, so that's good. If I go back to the bridge here, this is the problem I was having was, and I still am having a problem here. You can see my convoys of garbage trucks are kind of getting stuck here at this point. They are getting stuck in traffic. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to build another road across here if I could. Is this? That's a medical clinic. Maybe if I can just, can I move that somewhere? What is it letting me move? I can move it there. Let's try that. And then let me take one of my favorite big 3-lane roads, go across to there. This is where I'm going to get stuck, because I've got some more things here. I'm not going to be able to go past there. Anyway, that may allow some of these trucks to at least get that way. It's a pity because the traffic otherwise is pretty good. In the rest of the town, the traffic is pretty good, but just this one entry point coming in from that bridge seems to be causing trouble. A lot of trouble. That traffic is practically stopped. I guess I could make another bridge further down. I don't really understand why it's not flowing better. I don't know why everything is stuck on the one lane. Is everything really going the one way? See, these trucks should be going every which way, so they shouldn't all be stuck on this very far lane here. Anyway, my demand here is going up for some more stuff, and population is kind of moving slowly. Everything seems to be moving pretty well here, and I've got 56,600. It'd be great to get to the maximum not the maximum population, but I think it's the last upgrade stage, and I think that's a population of 80,000. And after that you can put in the unique buildings, and it would be quite something to achieve that population just by using 2 squares. I don't know if I can do that. I'll certainly be trying to do that. But the way things are here now, it's a bit stagnant, I suppose. The population is going up and down. The people come right now. I think population is down by 30 or 40. A minute ago it was going up by 20 or 30. So there's not a lot happening in terms of that figure going up. And it's a long way from that 80,000 mark. Otherwise, in terms of electricity and all the services and parks, it's pretty good, because I've got a lot of big buildings all around these 2 squares. And things are looking pretty good from this point. Quite busy. I think you probably pick up that noise in the background. I think that's my wife going to bed. It's 10 past midnight, and it is February the 18th, just begun, Thursday. I'm one of these people that I don't go to bed till all hours. I have to be pretty knackered before I go to bed. I have to be really tired. If I go to bed and I'm not kind of exhausted, then I will just lie there and I can't switch my mind off. Oh, I'm seeing things freeze up a little bit on my screen. I hope that's not gonna fuck this up when I play back the recording. Yeah, I'm sure this microphone is picking up all these external sounds. I'm living in a fairly small apartment here, so as soon as my wife moves, I can hear it. Do you want to say good night? Yeah. Don't say good night to all the listeners.
Bonne nuit. Good night.
Yes, my wife is French.
Wait. Not everybody can be perfect.
Just good night, Flo. That's all. You don't have to keep talking now.
French kiss.
Okay, I have to edit that. What's that guy looking at? However, I'm going to have a sweep and see. I'll have to get out of that street view. There goes the fan again. Look at the size of this building. That's the high interest tower. That's one of the biggest buildings in the game. And there's my bridge. This bridge is empty. This bridge has kind of got a traffic jam. That's annoying. Well, I mean, why don't some of you people use this bridge? What's wrong with the other bridge? Everything is using the one thing. What I could do quickly here is just simply build another bridge. If I can get it to here, but this is a subway, I think, so that's the problem I had. That's a power plant, that's a park, that's a subway. So the question is, can I let's see. I can't go from here. Could I just go from here? I'm gonna try that. It's probably not the best idea. And I can... Let's as I go over that way, go to here, and then let's say here. Now hopefully some of this traffic will go that way. I hope all of this traffic doesn't go that way. But it probably will. Should I get rid of this? Anyway, that's that big bridge, and that's nobody on it yet. That's coming to here, so that's probably going to cause serious trouble here. Anyway, let's leave that. See if that helps the problem in any way. Here they come. My first people to use the bridge, and then they're going to get stuck here. Oops. Well, that road isn't very busy, so hopefully this won't cause a massive tailback on this bridge, which is what has happened on this one. Anyway, what was I going to do? I was going to do a sweep and see how everything is doing. So straight away I can see that these people are all complaining because their rubbish has not been taken, and can only imagine the reason for that is that a lot of the garbage trucks are stuck in traffic, but there is such a good waste service that I'm sure they're gonna get to all these guys soon enough. You can see there that I've just got basically those two squares, one square, two squares, and that little bit for the rubbish. And that's it, which is pretty cool because it's easy to keep an eye on all of this. In my last city I had little bits built all over the place, but this is a lot easier to supervise. No more room. No more room. No more room. No more room. This is a bit crap because it's like this whole section here is acting like this is the only waste service in the town, when I mean, I'll just show you. Over here, I mean, I've just got so many places, and these are 20% full, 17% full, 21, but these are all, they're all half empty. So the idea was that this would look after all the rubbish collection completely. It would take care of this entire area, but it doesn't seem to be working out because everybody's complaining here. That's a pity. If I check here, you should see that, 42% incineration status. Well, for the time being, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some incinerators here. I'm going to put quite a few, and I'm going to put some more. Is that That's not land sites. Let me just put 2. The thing about these is you can't move them until you empty them. You can move these but not these. Do I have water here? Yes. Electricity. Yeah. Anyway, that should satisfy the people in this quarter. So otherwise, where were we? That's fine now. Education. We need more schools. That's okay. Kind of expecting that. So I'm gonna put these in everywhere here. I don't mind that. And here. I've got lots of money, so it's pretty cool to do these. Wow, I'm still well, let's wait. And here, yeah, we need some of these as well. Ooh, that's made everybody very happy. Can't have enough schools. Yeah, there's a lot of people going to college. Could I fit one? Another one here. Great. Water. Water availability. So I'm going to do some of these little jobs first, and then I shall come back a little later and see how things are going. Bye for now.